Opposition leader Mia Mottley, Shadow Attorney General Dale Marshall, and Opposition Leader of Government in the House of Assembly Carrie Simmons were this morning interviewed by police at the District A police station. It relates to a matter where the opposition walked out of the House of Assembly on July 16th, and a subsequent article published in the Nation newspaper, reportedly written by Nation reporter Barry Allen.
During last week, I think it was, we were contacted at Parliament by members of the Royal Barbados Police Force who wished to interview us relating to a matter, the details of which I will give you in a moment. Of course, we felt that while we had to cooperate with the police, obviously by convention and tradition, it would have been inappropriate for investigations of a criminal nature to take place in the precincts of Parliament, and therefore we arranged to come to see the investigating officers at District A police station. The matter that is being investigated really involves, so far as we are made to understand, the possibility of charges being made against one of our media houses in Barbados, and those charges, well, against the Nation and one of its reporters, Mr. Barry Allen. And this would have been occasioned or arose out of the opposition walking out of Parliament during the month of July this year. On that occasion, we took a firm stance in relation to how we felt the leader of the opposition was being treated in Parliament, and therefore we walked out. It appears as though the matter being investigated has to do with the report made by the Nation journalists and reported in the Nation, and there appears to be a significant concern of the Speaker. The matter has been referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions, who has directed the police to investigate it. We have come to, of course, cooperate with the Royal Barbados Police Force. I think it is important that as an opposition party we make it quite clear that we support the work of the force in every aspect of their endeavours. On this occasion, though, we feel that, on the advice of counsel, that we should not make any statement in the course of the police investigations. We have reduced that position in writing, all three of us, myself, Carrie Simmons and Ms. Mottley, and we've reduced that in writing and handed that into the force this morning. It will be left to be seen what happens from here, but obviously as an opposition party we are while we are concerned about the rule of law, we are also concerned about possible threats to the freedom of speech and the ability of journalism houses in Barbados to report freely, frankly and fairly on the happenings of Barbados as they see them. And therefore, as an opposition party, we have to balance our responsibility, but we feel that the stance that we take today is a principled stance, and I think that's about as much as we can say.
And your stance is that?
We have indicated that on the advice of counsel, we are declining to make any statement to the police in the investigation of this matter, either generally or as it relates specifically to the possibility of charging the Nation as a media house or its reporter, Mr. Barry Allen.
You can speak directly to the actual article, or you can?
Well, we can give you a copy of the article. It was an article carried, we believe, July 11, 2013 in the Midweek Nation, and it's headed "Opposition Walks Out." I can give it to you. I can, if you.
Let's just take away if you can just point out at least one of the contentious issues.
Well, I mean, it's difficult. We really can't point out what the contentious issues are, because I don't think that there are any issues in the newspaper article that's carried that are contentious. But of course, there's a different view. The matter has been referred to the DPP, who has asked the members of the Royal Barbados Police Force to investigate it. To be fair, an investigation does not necessarily lead to a charge. But the fact is that it so concerned the Speaker of the House of Assembly that he, in his discretion, referred the matter to the DPP, Director of Public Prosecutions, who has done his duty and referred it now to the police for investigation.
Do you know when it was referred to the DPP?
In August 21st of this year, some 6 weeks after the walkout occurred. Inasmuch as we are mentioned specifically in the article and quoted, there is the remote possibility, in fact, might even be a remote possibility that we might unintentionally be the subjects of the investigation.
Has a situation like this ever occurred before?
Not so far as we are aware. Let me say to you that the Barbados Labour Party, in our last term of government, served for 14 years. And at no time, certainly while I was in Parliament or associated with Parliament in any way, do I have any recollection of any investigation or charges into any reporting that was done about what was said in Parliament or about the workings of Parliament. Not in our 14 years between '94 and 2008, and so far as I know, not before that.
This the last Democratic Labour Party.
This is a new thing for us.
But then again, as I believe that Dale can speak to the fact too that we are also facing an issue with whether the press shall have the right to report the proceedings of the Public Accounts Committee, and I say no more than that at this stage.
Well, you know, the Barbadian public has a right to know what is going on. There were days a century ago, maybe even 50 years ago, when we had an attitude about what people needed to know as far as governance was concerned. One of the hallmarks of governance today is that there must be transparency. This administration came to power in 2008, and transparency and openness in government is one of the things that they touted on a daily basis. And we are calling them now to stand by what they committed on that occasion, and to allow the media full access to whatever is said in the Public Accounts Committee, so that the Barbadian public is absolutely aware, and aware in a timely fashion, of what is happening. So in a manner of speaking, these things may well all be connected, not just freedom of speech, freedom of expression, but also the fundamental entitlement of the press to report freely and in a timely manner on important happenings in Barbados.
Which officers carried out this interview?
Inspector Ward, I'd like to commend him. I think this is my first encounter with Inspector Ward and Constable Hurdle. I'm pleased to say that they have shown themselves in the manner in which they comported themselves with us this morning as being fine examples of policing, and especially at this difficult time when flexi allowances have been taken away. Things are difficult for everyone. You know, the manner in which they dealt with us this morning demonstrate to us not favor because we are members of the political class, but a commitment to law and order and to doing their job fearlessly. And I can say that we didn't come expecting any favor because we are parliamentarians, nor did we get any. Inspector Ward and Constable Hurdle were at all times courteous but firm in their dealings with us, and I'd like to commend them for that.